I got asked to cover this comment, so I decided to do that. Hi guys, my name is Ryan Thomas with Failtech, and today I'm going to be explaining why the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge got its pink line down the side, how to fix it, and why it's like that. Enjoy the video. Okay, so firstly, the S7 Edge does have this issue of having a pink line down usually the right hand side, although it can be on several places on the screen, or just to the right of the center line, and it can happen in 2 or 3 pixels width, or it can happen over maybe a centimeter's width, which is the equivalent of about 500 to 600 pixels. And it can really affect how you use the phone because obviously it's covering that part of the screen. Now, this isn't a display problem, or at least I don't think it is. There isn't really a huge amount of knowledge online, especially on XDA forums and other forums like that, of actually what's wrong with the device. Samsung just tells you that you've dropped the phone and that there must be a problem with you dropping the phone, although it will replace your display and will fix the phone for free as long as you don't show any signs of a droppage on the phone. So if there are any dings in it or there's any sign of you dropping it, they will not cover that and they'll just assume it's your fault, which most of the time is a problem because these phones are so fragile they can get dinged up by pocket lint even. So it's really annoying that Samsung's done this, but at least I suppose if you kept yours in a case perfectly fine for like 100 years, then you will be allowed to actually get it replaced for free by Samsung in a Samsung support center, or you can send it off. Now, some people think it's a faulty batch of displays, and that could be right, but I've noticed that it started to happen a lot more in 2017, even though the phone came out in 2016. It's kind of weird, it's awkward, but it doesn't mean that there's a certain batch of phones that have this. It could be anything. And the main excuse that I find online or the reason this is happening is because there's a faulty kind of ribbon cable, the ribbon cable that holds your display to your main board or your motherboard. The glue on that can get loose because the phone heats up. I mean, modern phones are very powerful, so they can heat up quite quickly. It will melt the glue ever so slightly to bring the ribbon cable slightly out of place, which means that your display is going to have that kind of loss of connection, and that's why you get the pink line. Now, some people say you can fix this problem with going into your settings by typing this code here, and then entering the settings and changing and resetting rather the RGB, so red, green and blue channels of light, and apparently if you do that several times it can fix it. Although if it is a ribbon cable issue, this won't have any effect because it's clearly not a software problem, it's a hardware problem. Now, there have been some guides online about how to fix this ribbon cable, and if you're really into repairing phones, I mean, this phone has a hole in the side of it, so if you're good enough to like change all of the outside and make it different, like buy a new shell for this or repair displays, if you see a device on eBay that has this pink line problem, it shouldn't be an issue to fix. If you're a repair person, it won't take you long to fix at all. You just take apart the phone, you sort out the ribbon cable, you apply a different kind of glue or a different kind of adhesive to it to make it fixed and secure in there. You put the display back on, you sell it on for a profit, and Bob's your uncle, you made some money. But it's not that easy for some people, and there have been reports of this breaking their phone because they either don't know what they're doing, or they do know what they're doing and they've slipped slightly, or it might not even be this problem at all. It's very difficult to find information on this, but the most plausible information is that it is that ribbon cable issue and that you can fix it by basically re-gluing the ribbon cable into place. There's also one other method you can use to fix this, and that is that you can heat up the phone somehow. No one says how because no one wants to be responsible when someone breaks their phone, but you can heat up the phone and the glue will magically kind of go back into place. But 90% of the time you're going to either burn something on your phone or you're going to damage it in another way, which is just not helping at all. So I really would take your phone to a Samsung repair center because there are quite a few service centers about, like more than I noticed in like nearby cities. Otherwise you can send it away in the post, in the mail, and then get some kind of replacement that way, or a fix that takes a few weeks to do. It's really not convenient. And apparently this only happens to the S7 Edge and not to the S7, although I haven't read any reports of an S7. That doesn't mean it can't happen to it. It could happen to any phone, but this phone tends to be the most important one in the equation. And also, are you going to be affected by this if you buy a phone now, or if you bought a phone in 2016, or if you bought a phone in 2017, 2018, whenever? I cannot give you a clear answer to that because there is no clear answer to that. It could be a faulty batch. They might have fixed the process of gluing the displays on, or it might just be that the whole thing is messed up and every phone is susceptible to this. Only some phones get hotter than others, meaning that they're more likely to tear away the glue or to unstick that ribbon cable. So if you ask me, are you going to be affected? I can't give you an answer to that. My phone, I had an S7 Edge for a year and a half. I used it underwater. I used it under salt water in the sea. I got it extremely hot playing games and recording 4K video. I did a hell of a lot with that phone. I basically abused it, and wow, my back clicked. I didn't get a single issue with mine in regards to the pink line or anything really. In fact, it's surprising. I got quite a few crashes considering I did that much with the phone. So I can personally say that I've never had that problem. But as with many of you guys love to point out, especially with the boot loops problem that I talked about a few months ago, this can happen to any phone, and it could be yours, and I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't mention it and come and talk about it with you guys. So thank you all for so much for watching. Hopefully I've taught you a little bit. I will leave some links to some threads and forums and stuff in the description, so you can check some stuff out and read it for yourself. My name's been Ryan Thomas with Valtech. I'm using a Nexus 5 with a hole in it at the moment, although new phone soon possibly. I don't know, unboxing on this channel. Please do like if you like the video, dislike if you dislike the video, subscribe if you're new around here to never miss a video like this one, and comment about, did your S7 Edge have this problem? Are you less likely to buy one because this could be a problem, or whatever? I don't know. Have you got boot loops too on your S7 Edge? Anyway guys, my name is Ryan Thomas. Again, I will see you in the next video. Peace.